Good morning. Happy Monday. It's 3 o'clock a.m. I'm on my way to my favorite morning destination. No, not breakfast. On my way to the gym. Real quick before I even put my car in reverse, I woke up thinking about my buddy Lorenzo. For you guys who don't know Lorenzo, I still don't know how me and this dude met a couple years ago, but I know at the time he was looking for a house, and I didn't ask him how he got my phone number, but come to find out we had mutual friends. But I remember sitting down with him and his oldest son, Isaiah, and we just kind of talking about the plans for his future, for his family, and what they were looking for in terms of a home. And he started talking to me about his mother. And at this time, his mother was still alive. And they were trying to make plans around her passing away and, what they were going to do moving forward. And the conversation kind of broke down like this is real estate and houses and all these things, they're going to be here. Sometimes you got to just deal and work through personal things. And I've always felt that way. I feel like you got to do what you got to do. Whatever's important to you, you have to do. And I've always been very transparent and clear about that with anybody I dealt with, because I know that if I'm going through something, then there's going to be a certain way that I'm going to handle it, and nobody's going to tell me different. The more you empathize with me, the more that I appreciate you. And we met, and that kind of sparked our friendship. I went on, his mother passed away not too long after that, and I went on to sell him and his wife and his family a home, beautiful home. And recently I was called back out to his house. We had been talking through the years. We had kept in constant contact. But I was told to come back out to the home and put it up for sale. And come to find out, at the time, we thought that Lorenzo was just fighting through something that he needed to eliminate as much stress as he could so that he could get back to business as usual, get back to his job, and get back to running his household and his family. But it wasn't. It was a little bad. It was a little worse than we had estimated, and unfortunately, he lost his fight with cancer. What was Lorenzo? About 43, 44. And so I woke up this morning. I woke up this morning and just kind of feeling his vibe. In spite of going through what he was going through, and I have no idea could I even come close to understanding or rationalizing that feeling. But he was always so positive. And I know that he would call me in the morning at this time in the morning after I would be finished doing one of these videos, and I'd be on the freeway. He would call me and he would start praying with me, and he would pray over my family. And this morning, I deal with little bouts of anxiety here and there. They're not very long. They're not earth-shattering, because I can always bring myself back. But just remembering his spirit and his soul and what he did, and the love he had for God and the love he had for his family, and I know the love he had for me, it really kind of resonated this morning and just said to get up and have a great day and to make the day about what you want to do. We got at best, anything over 80 years is extra, but we got at best 80 years. Let's say 17, 18 of that is under the thumb and nurturing and tutelage of somebody else guiding us through this life. Then let's say the other 18 to 27, 30 is spent learning lessons. And then let's say 30 to 40 or 50 is spent implementing and building. And then 50 to 60, 70, 80, the body is doing something different and you can't necessarily go into the flow you want to go into. When you look at that, you start breaking life down. It's very short. And for Lorenzo, it was super short to be in his early 40s and to have something like this happen is something else. It's absolutely something else. But if you can manage to squeeze each day for the most that it can give you, right? It has more purpose. It has more purpose. And I posted something last night, and it pretty much boiled down to, do you want to have purpose or do you want to just be doing what's popular? Because I happen to think that most people just do what's popular, what looks trendy, what's happening. I make these videos every single morning because, quite frankly, they make me feel good. I'm going to be able to look back at these one day and they're my own little video journals. I'm taking time out of my day instead of rushing to get to and from, to just have a conversation, to reflect on whatever it is that I want to reflect on. And kind of like today, I'm going to do whatever it is that I want to do. My goals, if I can find them. My goals are right here. What does it say? The perfect day. I wrote down this over 6 months ago. What to me was the perfect day. And I remind myself of it all the time. I will not grow to an old age just to look back and say I didn't have it my way. It's not going to happen. I'm too aware of the fact of how short life is. You got to start becoming aware that life is very short. And trying to keep up with what everybody else is doing or allowing what other people are doing to affect 1 second of your day, I think is a disrespectful move towards God. And it puts you at such a disadvantage that you can't enjoy the quality of life that you could have. Keep those things in mind. I wanted to have this message before I even put my foot on the gas and started going, because Lorenzo taught me something very, very special. And sometimes in death is where you learn the best lessons. which was to always cherish every single solitary moment of the day, of the moment that you have to live, and be thankful for it at the highest level. And thank God.